Based on recent sequences that have been broadcast on TLC, fans of the show 1,000-Pound Sisters are beginning to speculate that Tammy Slaton might be the only normal one among her siblings. What are the reactions of some of the supporters to this unexpected turn of events? Tammy Slaton was unstable for a number of years for her 1,000-Pound Sisters. Any fan of 1,000-Pound Sisters who has been watching the show for a long time will tell you that Tammy Slaton was the one who consistently went off the rails, particularly during the first few seasons of the TLC show. Getting Tammy under control and preventing her from making choices that would ultimately make her situation even more difficult was something that included the entire family in the past. A method that involved all hands on deck was utilized for a considerable amount of time in order to manage Tammy Slaton, her outbursts, and her poor behaviors, which included binge eating and partying. In spite of the fact that this was the factor that ensured the drama in the scenes with the 1,000-Pound Sisters, it was also a trash fire that spectators often tuned in to watch. Things have turned around for a TLC celebrity. Fans of the TLC show 1,000-Pound Sisters may now see that Tammy Slaton has radically changed the course of events, particularly in the most recent season of the show they watch. It is a transformation that many people never imagined they would ever witness, as she went from being a perpetual train wreck to now being the voice of reason for her family members. This is a metamorphosis that many people never thought they would ever see. In addition to the fact that she has lost weight, Tammy Slaton is also feeling an increase in her sense of self-confidence, which is the one benefit that she is experiencing. These days, she has a clearer head, and she is able to make decisions that are more informed than she ever has been able to make at any other moment in her life. If that were not enough, she is clearer than she has ever been. Now that she has reached this position, she is the one who is providing guidance to the rest of her family. Tammy is the only normal sister according to the fans of the 1,000-Pound Sisters. When Tammy Slaton first started her journey to lose weight, she went through a series of changes that affected her physically, mentally, and emotionally. The fact that she has fully turned things around to the point that many people regard her as the normal one among her family members is something that many people are startled by, especially considering the way that she is now in the scenes of 1,000-Pound Sisters. In recent times, viewers have expressed a great deal of opinion regarding this matter. A number of people believe that she is the most stable member of the family at the moment, but others hold a different opinion. Despite the fact that a large number of admirers acknowledge that Tammy has made significant progress, they also have the opinion that she is not yet emotionally mature enough to be able to serve as a pillar of support for her siblings. I never thought I'd say this, but it seems like Tammy is the only one holding it together lately, said a viewer who weighs 1,000 pounds and is a fan of the sisters. For a number of years, she was the person that everyone looked out for. When it came to her health, her relationships, and her attitude in general, she experienced a great deal of ups and downs. However, now that she has completed her mission to lose weight and has made significant progress, she is actually becoming the Slaton sister who is the most stable. Tammy has made significant progress in a variety of areas since the beginning of the show, but she is still a long way from being the normal member of the family, according to another commenter. During the show that aired last night, because the doctor did not give his approval for her to have skin removal surgery and because he wanted to examine her, she shut down like a baby. This made me very angry. In the world of reality television, where exaggerated personalities and over-the-top behavior are often the norm, the 1,000-Pound Sisters show offers a more grounded yet equally compelling look into the lives of two sisters, Tammy and Amy Slaton, who face enormous personal challenges related to obesity, health, and family dynamics. While much of the narrative revolves around the sisters' ongoing struggles with weight loss and self-image, there's a deeper and more nuanced story beneath the surface, one where, despite the focus on weight and health, Tammy Slaton could be seen as the normal sibling when compared to the often chaotic and erratic behavior of her sister Amy. A sisterhood defined by struggles, Tammy and Amy Slaton's journey has captured the hearts of viewers across the globe. Their show, 1,000-Pound Sisters, has not only showcased their attempts at losing weight, but also their personal battles with addiction, family dynamics, and their desire for a better life. At the heart of the show, it's clear that the two sisters have faced different life experiences and developed distinct personalities, which contribute to their individual responses to their weight and their family situation. Tammy Slaton, the younger of the two, has often been portrayed as the more emotional and dramatic sister. Throughout the series, Amy's emotional highs and lows seem to take center stage, from her struggles with fertility to her deep need for validation and approval from others. Her efforts to lose weight and care for her children have been marked by moments of personal triumph and extreme setbacks. Amy's journey is filled with conflict and contradiction, and her path is anything but linear. On the other hand, Tammy's narrative has often been more complicated in different ways. While her challenges are also deeply tied to her weight, Tammy's experiences are often marked by a sense of self-destructive behavior and defiance, alongside a profound vulnerability. Over the seasons, Tammy's personality has become a mixture of determination and stubbornness, but it's her resistance to certain forms of intervention, especially when it comes to therapy and medical advice, that frequently makes her seem like a more difficult character in comparison to Amy's openness. Yet, when we dig deeper into the sisters' personalities and how they interact with their family and the world around them, we can begin to see why Tammy, in some ways, is the more normal of the two. The difference between Amy and Tammy. One of the most obvious ways in which Tammy emerges as the more normal sibling is through her consistency and somewhat predictable behavior. While Amy often reacts impulsively or emotionally, sometimes making decisions based on immediate needs or external pressures, Tammy is portrayed as more introspective, even if that introspection leads her down a darker path. Tammy's self-sabotage, while frustrating to viewers and her family, stems from deeper issues of fear, insecurity, and a complicated relationship with her own self-worth. Tammy's weight, emotional trauma, and addiction issues mirror the struggles of many people who face similar challenges but don't have the platform of a reality show to explore those issues publicly. While Amy's decisions often appear erratic, Tammy's actions, though they may seem reckless or destructive, are more understandable when you consider her internalized fears and the pressures she faces. Tammy's failure to lose weight and her resistance to some of the more structured programs on the show are rooted in real psychological and emotional hurdles, and in that sense, she's a more relatable figure to many viewers who understand the complexities of self-sabotage and self-doubt. On the flip side, Amy's emotional volatility can sometimes be seen as a defense mechanism, a way of coping with her vulnerabilities, whether they're related to her weight or her fertility struggles. She craves external validation and sometimes places too much importance on others' opinions. This is in stark contrast to Tammy, who, though she also seeks approval, often seems more resigned to her own self-destructive patterns. Tammy's reluctance to change or make the effort to improve her situation, though frustrating, is grounded in a form of self-protection, even if it ultimately works against her. Tammy's resilience and unfiltered personality. One of Tammy's defining traits throughout the series is her blunt and unfiltered personality. She says what's on her mind, and while this can come across as abrasive or confrontational, it's also a form of resilience. She's not afraid to express her displeasure, whether it's with Amy, her family, or the world around her. While Amy's emotional outbursts can seem like a cry for help or attention, Tammy's unvarnished honesty often feels like a more straightforward, even normal reaction to the complexities of her life. This resilience also speaks to her ability to remain relatively calm in situations that would throw others into turmoil. While Amy may break down in moments of stress, Tammy often reacts in a more composed, albeit sardonic manner. Her refusal to be sugar-coated, whether dealing with her own struggles or commenting on others' behavior, shows an underlying normalcy, a defense mechanism that lets her maintain some semblance of control over a life that seems constantly out of control. Tammy's willingness to own her decisions, even if they are bad ones, also sets her apart from Amy. While Amy often seeks validation from others, Tammy has become somewhat more accustomed to her isolation and self-reliance. She might not be able to overcome all her struggles, but her authenticity and rawness make her a more relatable and human character in comparison to Amy's often volatile emotional landscape. The relationship between Tammy and Amy, codependency and growth. The relationship between the two sisters has always been one of both deep love and tension. For much of the series, viewers have witnessed a pattern of codependency and friction, with Amy often trying to pull Tammy out of her spiral while dealing with her own challenges. However, there's an interesting dynamic at play that reveals Tammy's role as the more normal sibling. Amy, in many ways, seeks to be the good sibling, the one who succeeds, who improves her life, and who manages to find happiness despite her obstacles. Meanwhile, Tammy's struggle to lose weight and her more resistant attitude towards change set her apart as someone who is less likely to conform to societal expectations of success. But this difference also brings out Amy's insecurities. She wants Tammy to succeed because her success would validate her own efforts. Tammy's reluctance to change often feels like a form of rebellion against Amy's idealized image of self-improvement, which is why their relationship can sometimes feel more strained than supportive. However, there are moments of genuine care and affection between the two, showing that their relationship, while flawed, is grounded in a real sense of family love. It's these moments that reveal Tammy's more normal response to the world around her, her hesitations and fears, her defensive humor, and even her moments of vulnerability. While Amy often plays the part of the hopeful, optimistic sibling, Tammy's grounded and often cynical perspective is an interesting counterbalance, making her journey feel more in tune with the realities that many people face on a daily basis. Tammy's growth and transformation. Normal doesn't mean perfect. Tammy Slaton, for all her struggles, also represents the complex nature of growth. It's easy to label someone as normal based on outward appearances or behaviors, but Tammy's journey shows that normalcy is more about the willingness to face one's flaws, take accountability for one's actions, and make small, imperfect changes over time. While she may not exhibit the dramatic weight loss transformations that Amy has experienced, Tammy's journey is still one of self-discovery. She may falter, she may resist, but she also pushes through the barriers that society places on her. Tammy's personality might not fit the mold of what reality TV fans expect from a heroic character, but her resilience in the face of overwhelming challenges, along with her ability to confront her issues head-on, shows that normalcy is about persistence, not perfection. Through Tammy's experiences, viewers see that progress doesn't always come in dramatic leaps. Normal doesn't mean flawless, and Tammy's personal growth, however slow or difficult, is still an important and relatable journey. In the world of 1,000-pound sisters, where drama, high-stakes emotional moments, and larger-than-life personalities often dominate the screen, Tammy Slaton stands out as a character who represents an unvarnished version of normal. While her journey is filled with struggles, setbacks, and resistance, it's precisely this complexity that makes her the more relatable sibling in the Slaton family. Despite her flaws, Tammy's rawness, consistency, and unfiltered approach to life make her, in many ways, the most grounded character on the show, a reminder that normalcy doesn't mean perfection, and that every individual's path to healing and self-improvement is unique. Tammy's story is one of perseverance, authenticity, and acceptance of imperfection. In her world, she may be seen as the normal sibling, but it's her resilience and humanity that make her the most compelling one of all.